Out on a rainy morning, Easter Monday in Dijon, and I wanted to show you something. So these are little symbols of the owl walk, which takes you to some scenic places in Dijon if you follow the little owl arrows. So my quest for groceries brought me here. You know I'm gonna find a cool place to sit. I'm in Dijon, and I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you what I'm looking at here in this little, it's a little petite park, small park without hardly any trees, but it's cute. Hey, EG here. So I showed you some footage there of Dijon. It was shot over a couple of days, basically. So this is my third day I've been here, and beautiful day today. I was out a bit this morning. My host, who lives right next door, invited me to lunch, so I'm doing that. And then I'm probably going to go out again and do a little more exploring. So tomorrow is supposed to be raining most of the time, so I'm not sure how much I'm going to get out tomorrow. But yeah, so far my impressions of Dijon are I love the old center of town here. It's just amazing. There's so many shops and businesses, and it's vibrant, and there's lots of people walking around, and beautiful architecture. You know, some of the buildings date back to medieval era, and everywhere in between then and now. So the architecture is amazing. I have a good vibe here. But I have, this is early. I don't know. I've got to do a lot more exploring. So the goal the next few days is to just explore more and more, kind of get this city center down, which is blocks and blocks of it. So, I mean, it's a lot bigger area than I was dealing with in Perpignan. So, and we'll see past that. So, I just wanted to share my thoughts and impressions with some footage, and let you know that I did survive the horrible train journey. But it is still a struggle. You know, anytime I get used to a new place and I'm not used to the whole travel thing, packing thing, all of that stuff is still challenging, because I haven't lived my life like this for a long time. So still a challenge. Sleeping good. The bed is comfortable here. The accommodation is very small. It's like being in a cruise ship cabin to me. That's kind of what it feels like. Okay, I love this house.
I don't know. Do you think they sell meat in that store? I mean meat. Yeah. Local barbecue, smoked meat. And the name of the store, the restaurant, is Meat. I love this place, La Clé du Sol, which apparently means the treble clef. I had to actually Google that because I thought it meant the key to the sun, but it's the treble clef. So, yeah, they have.
Hey everyone, it's about to rain soon, and so I thought I'd do a little bit of a talk at the kind of park. It's the fourth day that I've been in Dijon, and I have to tell you, I'm having a tough time here. Not that I don't love the city. I love the city. I love walking around. There's so many pedestrian only areas, and it's wonderful. It's just full of life, full of stores, full of sights to see, historic buildings, all kinds of things, but not real happy with my situation here. I'm just not real comfortable there. Plus, it's like living in a little tiny cruise ship cabin that's, not real new or anything, so it's challenging. So I hope that I can get through this because I'm supposed to be here for another 3.5 weeks. One of the things, the place isn't great for one thing, but one of the things that's a real problem is that I thought my host spoke English, and I think I shared this in the video that came out before this one, that she speaks English about as well as I speak French, which is not great. And she's very old, and her husband is even older. And they're very nice, don't get me wrong. It's not like they've been mean or anything, but there's just, it's a cultural difference, and unfortunately, they're right next door. And I feel like I'm living in their house, which I don't, I deliberately did not choose situations like that for the most part, because that's hard for me. Unless I really know someone, it is hard for me to want to stay with them. And they invited, they're very polite. They have that wonderful French politeness, where they invited me over for lunch yesterday. And I accepted because I thought, I'm trying to be, I didn't really want to go, but I figured I couldn't really communicate. And it didn't seem to bother them that much, but we were kind of all speaking in Franglish, I guess, but it was exhausting me. It was just exhausting me. If I only had another week to go, or even a week and a half, I'd say fine, I can suck that up. But it just seems horrible that I feel like I'm in a really stressful situation, and there's more to the story. I'm just out sitting. I just had to get out, and probably have to go. I did have some breakfast, kind of brunch and tea at a coffee place, and then I'm gonna probably go somewhere where I can get a hot chocolate soon. And it's kind of chilly today. It's only in the mid-50s, and it's like I said, we're supposed to get rain, so I'm out while I can.
This little area is like a little mini Paris. Look at this. It's like a little mini Arc de Triomphe. We have a guy playing the accordion over here. French song. This is a recycling center in the streets of Old Dijon. I don't know what the one on the left is for, the hole up there, but the one on the right is for glass bottles.
It's an absolutely beautiful day at this little Place d'Arcy, which is a little park at the north end of the old town in Dijon. And it is so beautiful today. I showed you just a little bit before I started speaking, and hopefully you can hear me okay. So I wanted to talk about a little bit about my first impressions of Dijon. Having been here now for almost a week. I shared some footage with you at the beginning of this, and I just wanted to talk about things that I think are notable on my first look at something. It is an absolutely beautiful city. It's to me kind of like a little mini Paris. I mean, it doesn't have everything that Paris has, but it's so beautiful. There's so much history here. It has much the same climate as Paris. So, they get a lot of rain in the winter and stuff like that. But it is so beautiful. The architecture dates back to the Middle Ages. And then there's buildings that are from the Renaissance. There's buildings from the Baroque period up until even the 19th century. And of course, there's more modern buildings outside of the area I'm in. But where I am, you don't see that many buildings that are more modern. A lot of buildings have been renovated, refurbished, that kind of thing. But yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful city, and it has a good vibe. The downtown, Old Town area is huge, and there's many streets that are just closed off to most traffic, except for essential vehicles like delivery trucks or people that live in there. But you can walk around. It's just very pedestrian friendly, even more so than Paris because it's not as spread out. And you have a lot more traffic in Paris. So this is also considered to be the gastronomic capital of France. And boy, there are literally restaurants everywhere. Restaurants, boulangeries, which are bakeries, patisseries, chocolatiers that sell, they're famous for their chocolate here. So there's just so much going on. And we're not even really at the high tourist season here. Probably it would be in the summer, but I've noticed that I think there are a lot of other people even that live in France that come here to visit. So it is a place that sees tourists from within France and, of course, outside of France. But when you're in the downtown area and you're walking around, a lot of people are local and they're shopping. There are shops everywhere for clothing, home goods, pharmacies, opticians. There's just so many types of stores, and even the two main department stores they have, which are the Galeries Lafayette as well as H&M has a store here. It's right in the old town. So unlike most American cities, which their downtowns are dying, it's so refreshing to see a vibrant downtown. And of course, tons of coffee shops. Just everything and most things are not chains. Most things are locally owned. And it also seems fairly friendly. One thing I've noticed already is more people do speak English here. It's similar to Paris in that respect. And I know that because if, I'm speaking French and I'm, stumbling over something, they will switch to English. and I appreciate that. But Yeah, more than in Perpignan. Perpignan, it was very spotty on who, might be able to speak English. Most people, their second language in Perpignan was Spanish. So here, I think it's more likely English is the second language. And so the people seem pretty friendly overall. I mean, I haven't been here that long. So, yeah, I just love it. And I love the weather. I like a temperate climate anyway. I don't want to really live somewhere where it's super hot in the summer. So I could see myself living here. I got together with some viewers, and they were saying, "Oh, I knew you'd like it here." And I said, "Yeah, I do. I really like it here. I could see being able to live in a city like this." So I'm glad I came here. Like I said, it's a lot to explore. I've kind of done the main routes in the downtown area, the old town area, as far as getting the lay of the land, walking around. But I want to visit like the churches. There's so many beautiful churches here. I want to visit those. I want to go to a couple of other parks. There's just a lot, and I'm glad I have time. I'm glad I have plenty of time here. So anyway, first impressions are it is a beautiful, beautiful city. If you want to go to any other city in France other than Paris, which is kind of a must-see if you've never been there, I think Dijon is a solid second. I really do. And it's only about an hour and a half from Paris on the high-speed train, apparently. So it's not very far. It's just I'm loving it. I love the vibe here. So I just got done having a hot chocolate and a muffin at a little coffee shop, which is my new favorite. It's I think called Columbus Coffee, and it's a local place. Oh, they have trams here. They only have 2 trams, so I'm sure I'm going to learn how to do the trams, and probably not going to do the buses, except they have a little tiny bus that's free that circles the old part of the city, and I am getting on that. Yeah, you bet. That is the cutest thing in the world. So I'll take you along for that probably in the next video or two. So anyway, those are my first impressions. To me, it's much more manageable than going to someplace like Paris. And having already been to Paris and seen the sights in Paris, I don't really need to do that. So this is really very manageable. So you even saw in the footage, they have like a little mini Arc de Triomphe. Now, it's not actually the Arc de Triomphe, but that's what it looks like to me. So another thing that I really, really like about here is that very much like Perpignan, is they really take care of their garbage here and the trash, and it's picked up regularly, and you never see trash cans overflowing. I'm sitting in the park right now, and I'm looking at trash cans that are not even near full. So they're very on top of that, and I think overall in France, which I appreciate as somebody who doesn't like to litter and doesn't like overflowing trash cans. So it's just that's a personal thing, because I just appreciate any country that really is on top of that, on top of the garbage. So that sounds weird, on top of the garbage. Anyway, I'm just going to hang out in the park here and soak up the energy and the enjoyment, and watch the pigeons and the people, and it's just I really love it here. So until next time, be kind always and keep moving forward. Take care. Bye.